Calisthenics Victoria acknowledges the traditional owners and custodians of the land in which we are recording this podcast, the Wurundjeri Woi-wurrung and Boonwurrung peoples who are part of the Kulin Nation. We pay respect to the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander elders past and present, and all First Nations peoples whose land on which our clubs and competitions operate.
This podcast is brought to you by Shine Trimmings and Fabrics, Australia's one-stop shop for all things fabrics, motifs, gems and more. Welcome to Centre Stage, the podcast that explores the journeys shaped by calisthenics, from triumphs to challenges and the lives built beyond the sport. Hello Millie, how are you going?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, not bad. Welcome to Centre Stage.
Thank you so much for having me.
No worries. Could you tell us a little bit about yourself and how calisthenics is part of your world?
So calisthenics feels like it's my whole world. I started calisthenics when I was 3 years old and I've been doing it ever since. So I think I just finished my 22nd year of calisthenics. Yeah. It's been a big part of my family. So all of my family on both sides have been doing calisthenics for a really long time. So full family affair right there. My sister does it. My mum did it. I'm a coach. My sister's also helping out the little ones at our club. So calisthenics has been a big part of our lives for a very long time, since before I can remember.
I feel like both sides of a family is pretty rare.
Yeah, my dad's sisters all did it. My dad's mum did it, and my dad's grandma, so my great-grandma, played the piano for calisthenics performers.
Wow, yeah, before we used like the full uploaded music.
Yeah, way back when.
That's incredible. As a little icebreaker, we thought we would do a little 9 questions for the 9 dots on the centre stage.
I love it.
Yeah, they're kind of spitfire. You can answer them briefly or give a little bit more of an explanation if you want to. Mm-hmm. But question number 1, what's one word that sums up calisthenics for you?
I know it's meant to be spitfire and now I'm like overthinking it. Fun.
Question number 2, a routine, performance or moment that you'll never forget.
Finishing the Phoenix March in 2021. We had a lot of costume changes in that march. I'll never forget finishing and seeing everyone dressed and being like, oh my God, we did it. It's done. We did it.
Oh my God, that's incredible. Costume changes are so stressful, especially when in like a march.
Yeah, and it was the year we only had the one comp to get it right because of COVID.
Oh, so true. You had one chance to nail it.
One chance.
Question number 3, what is a go-to song that instantly lifts your mood?
I'm a big fan of John Farnham.
Okay, yeah.
And one of my favourite songs to really get in a good mood is Playing to Win, which sounds so bad. I do not play to win, but it's just a good pump-up song.
Yeah, exactly. If you could sit beside 2 celebrities, one on either side, while watching a calisthenics competition, who would it be?
I feel like on one side I would like Misty Copeland because she's a ballerina and I'd really love to hear her perspective on calisthenics.
True, very true.
And I'll stick with the same theme. On the other side, I would like Abby Lee Miller. I have been rewatching Dance Mums and I would love to hear what she thinks of our technique and calisthenics in general.
I feel like she would like calisthenics.
I think she would. I think she's all about the dramatics.
Yep.
And
oh my God, yeah, the Maddie face in Rasa.
Yeah, exactly. I think she would love our expression and be like, oh my God, I need to go home and teach all my dancers this. And we'd be like, absolutely.
Number 5, what is an all-time favourite meal?
Oh, it has to be pasta. I think spaghetti carbonara specifically.
Carbonara.
Yeah. Yep.
Yum.
Bit of garlic bread on the side.
Yeah, of course. Make it the full meal, of course.
Absolutely.
What is a hidden talent or hobby people wouldn't expect from you?
Hidden talent or hobby.
Like most of your talents aren't hidden.
Yeah, I was going to say a lot of them are calisthenics related. I guess this is kind of calisthenics related, but it has been something that I use outside of calisthenics. I have a really, really good memory.
Oh, yeah. And people wouldn't expect that.
No, I like memorize phone numbers.
Oh, that's crazy. That's like next level.
You know, think like studying history at school. I remembered every single date.
Oh my God, wow, incredible. I can't even remember my dad's phone number, so you're doing really well. If you could have a superpower, what would it be?
I would have to say teleport. All those hours spent driving to work, calisthenics, picking my sister up, picking my brothers up from things. If I could just teleport and I could take them with me, That would be it.
Next level.
And also just teleport to like Paris.
True.
Just for a day and then teleport home.
Doesn't always have to be calisthenics related. On that kind of note, what would be a dream holiday of yours?
I really want to go to Japan. Yes. Planning on it in a couple years, but obviously that's my dream. I would love to go to Japan because it's just looks amazing. And I think everyone that comes back is like, that was the best trip ever.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Highly recommend. Japan is incredible and worth the trip. Number 9, the last question. What's something you've learned from calisthenics, the calisthenics world, that's helped you in real life?
So many things. I'm in my second year of working full-time outside of uni, and I think one of the biggest things that calisthenics has taught me is how to work in a team. I'm in a team of amazing people at my workplace, and calisthenics has given me so many skills to work with a variety of people and how to, help other people understand like what you're doing. And especially if a team can have a common goal, I think that's a big part of calisthenics is you all have that common goal and then that team works so much better together. So I think the teamwork has definitely taught me a lot.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Like, especially compared to maybe other performance styles like theatre or dance, calisthenics is so much about working together, all trying to coordinate each other to look the same.
Yeah.
I think that's what really stands out. And then, that makes sense in a workplace. Be able to translate those skills is really important.
Yeah, absolutely.
In the scheme of work and what you do, could you tell us a little bit about your life outside of Cali and what you do for work?
Yes. I am a speech pathologist and I work full-time at a special school. So I work with students aged from 3 to 18 years old and they're all diagnosed autistic. And so I work with them every day to help with their communication. So some of them have like talking devices, others have words, but they might need some support in how to use them every day. And a lot of the time it's just the most fun playing, being as creative as I can be to help them enjoy their time at school and also help them communicate what they need.
And do you find like any of those communication skills that you've learned through your line of work has translated towards how you coach or part of your calisthenics career?
Definitely. I think the past 2 years I've really come a long way as a coach, and I think that's because I'm helping so many other people with their communication needs, and that communication sort of stuff has come into my coaching when I'm working with young children. Or I'm working with intermediates who are also a different kettle of fish.
Very hard to communicate with.
Absolutely. Communication skills have to be prime.
Very true.
To work with intermediates, but I do love them. But it has helped me kind of adjust my coaching style to be as accommodating as I can because so many people have things that they find hard or things that they struggle with and it's not always visible. It's not always, I can't just get into my splits. So it's really been good to figure out and get creative with my coaching and how to get the best out of people.
Exactly. And I think that's what makes a coach great is that everyone learns differently. And I think especially in the communication realm, like people need information told to them in different ways to understand. In calisthenics, I feel like you've been around it your whole life. Your family obviously has been a part of it forever. Yeah. Where was your beginning of calisthenics? How did you start? Where did you start? And how did that look like?
Yeah. I started at Chadstone Calisthenics College.
Funny that.
Shout out Chadstone. I started at Chadstone when I was 3 and my auntie was actually the coach of the Tinies when I started.
Oh, that's actually so cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's one of the reasons that I started there. But my mum had also been to Chadstone as a competitor and was coaching there as well. So I started as a little tiny. I did a couple years of subbies there and I really liked that beginning. I think it was really good to be at a club that valued teamwork, fun, learning. There was lots and lots of learning for me to do. And once I was ready, I moved on and I went to Ceres. I was at Ceres as a last year subbie and all of my junior years. Wow. I learnt so much there. Yeah. I loved it there and I had so much fun and again learnt new things that I didn't learn at Chadstone. And then as a first year inter, I moved to Jeaden, which is where I am now. I think I just finished my 13th year at Jeaden.
Wow,
so
time flies.
Yeah, locked in, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
But I was a first year inter. I was very scared to kind of move on. I was also going into year 7, so that was a huge year for me, a huge year of change. But I found that my sister and I both started at Jeaden at the same time, and we just loved it, and I've been there since.
That's awesome. Yeah. Calisthenics has definitely been a big part of your life. And also to transition through clubs is quite a tricky thing, but I think it's like it should be more welcomed and accepted. Like, I think it's great to, you know, want to improve yourself and keep growing.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can definitely see that in like your abilities now. You're insanely talented, and I think that's a testament to like all the people and clubs you've grown up through.
Absolutely.
What are some of the earliest memories you have doing calisthenics? Do you have any like routines or moments you remember from class or something about early calisthenics days?
Yes, I'm going to embarrass myself here, but I remember many times being told off for looking at myself in the mirror mid-routine. And if you've never been to the Chadstone Calisthenics Hall before, the mirrors are on the side of the room.
Is that not normal?
No, some people have mirrors at the back or don't have mirrors at all along the walls. But it was very obvious if I was like turning my head to the side that I was not watching my leader, I was watching myself.
Yeah.
So I do remember getting in trouble for that quite a bit. I remember specifically doing a free arm, I think it was. Now I've forgotten. A free arm or a rods to My Girl. You know that song? My girl, my girl, my girl. Yeah. That was a routine that I did, and I remember I'd learned how to do the splits that year, and so I started in a split, and I felt very cool because I was a little tiny doing a split.
Wow, tinies. That's actually really impressive.
I worked really, really hard because the other girl opposite me could do it, and my coach was like, well,
if you want to do it.
I want the pose to look the same on both sides.
So you said you'll do it.
Yeah, and so I learned how to do it.
Wow. It definitely says that like even from a young age, your drive and motivation was definitely there.
Yep. I was very competitive and very determined as a little one.
Were you always very flexible, or is that something you had to work hard on?
No, I was not flexible at all. And I'm still, it's still not natural for me. I've had to work really, really hard for that, and I continue to. It's, I'm 25 now, and so the flexibility, they say, starts to decrease, and I'm like, well, no, it has to keep going. I'm still doing calisthenics.
Definitely.
Obviously, there's things that now come a bit more natural after training. So, yes, I can sit in the splits, no worries, but things beyond that, I have to work extremely hard for, and the flex is not natural for me.
Yeah.
I was always very jealous of those people that were just like, oh, I'm warm, I'm stretched.
Yeah, I know. People with good back flex just blow my mind.
That's something I've never had.
Yep.
Can't. My legs are much more flexible than my back, and I work so hard, but also I'm sore once I finish stretching.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I will literally barely bend my back and be like, no, not happening anymore.
Done.
Well done. Could you tell me what your highest calisthenics achievement is? I know there's many, but if you could name maybe one or two.
I think one that I'll always value very highly is achieving my gold medal with honours. I think a reason for that is it relies on your teamwork, and it relies on your skills that you develop through your team to achieve. So my club's technique, my marching, my rods, obviously my free arm and aesthetics, that's come through solos as well. But I think achieving a gold medal with honours shows that you are a team person and that you have excelled through your teamwork as well as your solo work. And I try my best to remember that calisthenics is about teams, and that solos, you can only do solos if you're part of a team.
Exactly.
So I think gold medal with honours would be a huge achievement for me. I think something else that I was extremely proud of, and it was kind of the first time where I was like, whoa, this is really cool, is I won my state titles for my solo the same year I achieved gold medal with honours, actually.
Yeah.
And it was the first time I'd won Senior Open, and I was gobsmacked, and I was like, oh, this is cool. This is really, really cool. And it gave me so much drive that year to just keep going, keep enjoying what I was doing, because I loved that solo that I did that year. And so I knew that if I kept having fun, that the results would go the way they needed to go.
Yeah, 100%. And I feel like we can see it when you perform in your team that you are such an amazing soloist, but when you're part of your team, you do your best in that team and you fully work together with everyone on stage. And I think you only uplift the rest of the team. It's not like a thing of taking the spotlight. Like, you are just so incredible at making everyone improve and grow around you, and
Thank you.
It's incredible. One of my all-time favorite routines that you've done was your Hamilton duo.
Oh, yeah.
And I just think your ability to embody characters is next level.
Thank you.
And I was wondering if you had any advice to anyone, especially with the ACTC performance coming up too, where you have to portray characters. How do you get that side of your performance across? I feel like a lot of people in calisthenics struggle with the characterization or the storytelling.
Yeah.
They're all great at the routines and maybe technique, but I think that's something really unique to you that maybe you could share some little secrets.
Yeah, absolutely. I think something that I do when I start a new routine, especially where a character is involved, which I try to make every routine have a story to tell. I think that really helps. I listen to the music 1,000 times. I reckon I listen to the music in the car on the way to work, before I go to bed, on a walk, everywhere that I can. So it kind of becomes so natural to me to hear that music. Something else that I do is I might sit in front of the mirror listening to the music and only do my face. No arms, no footwork, nothing. I'm sitting on my bed, looking at myself in the mirror. Yes, it's daunting. Yes, it's embarrassing, but you're in your bedroom, it's safe, okay? Nobody else can see you. And I've told so many of my soloists to do that. Just sit there, don't move your body, just do your face, do nothing else. And that's been a huge help for me, because when you step out on stage and you're nervous, yes, your face can drop.
Oh, 100%.
But if you've trained your face how you train your footwork, you train your flexibility, we were just talking about that. If you train your face how you train your legs to get into the splits, well, then it becomes so natural that you step off stage and you're like, did I use my face? My mum goes, of course you did. It looked amazing. And I was like, I didn't remember. It was kind of muscle memory.
Yeah, so true.
Yeah. And then the last piece of advice I'd say is don't be scared to look silly.
Yep.
I think there's been so many times where, and people mean well, like, don't get me wrong, I'm going to say this and people are going to be like, that's not nice. People mean well, but they go, oh, you really went hard on the face just then. Like, if they're sitting on the floor watching me, they'll be like, oh, you really went hard. And I just go, yeah.
Yeah, of course I did.
Because when I step out on stage, like at the Palais where people are like a kilometre away, if you don't go hard, you're not going to see anything.
No, exactly.
So, yeah, kind of embracing that and owning that side of yourself and just being like, yeah, I did go hard on my face, and that's something that I'm proud of and something that I'm good at, and I'm going to keep doing it.
Yeah, 100%. And if you can like help that with the people you coach too, like I'm sure your performers and everyone who watches you will grow so much as well.
Yeah.
All right, to have a little intermission, a little fun break,
Okay.
let's have a little sip of water.
Yes.
But I would like to ask you some really quick would you rather questions. It's going to be calisthenics and also just outside of life related.
Amazing.
If you do need to add a little fun comment afterwards, go for it.
All right.
Would you rather a high bun or a low bun?
Low bun to train, high bun to perform.
Ooh, okay, I like that. Would you rather dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Ooh, don't you have
Sorry,
both?
I do. I have one of each, and I love my cat dearly, but I love dogs so much.
Yeah, I agree with you. This is a hard-hitting one. Clubs or rods?
Rods.
Really quick to answer that.
Sorry, I was a clubs hater as a kid, and whilst I do love clubs now, it's still ingrained in me to love rods more.
Yeah.
And I do love rods more. It's just fun.
No, I agree. Rods has my heart too. Yep. Clubs is very technical.
Yeah.
And not as performancey and fun.
Yes.
Even though we were talking about performance, you can perform really hard in the clubs too.
Oh, absolutely. I've come off clubs and my face is sore. I'm crying, emotional. But rods.
Sorry. Yeah. Sweet or savory, girly?
Savory.
Ooh,
I love my shapes. I love my chips. Mm-hmm. I do love chocolate and lollies, but if I have to choose a snack, it'll be savory.
All right. And that's what you bring to comps as well?
Yes.
Okay. Coffee or tea?
Ooh, growing up it was tea until maybe 2 years ago, and now it's coffee.
Oh no, you've transitioned.
Purely for the function of I need to be awake.
Yeah, it really does help nowadays. Yep. Morning or afternoon comp?
Oh, I mean, I only do afternoon comps now, I feel. But I feel as though I'm a morning person. Okay. And so if I'm thinking like competitively, I'd perform quite well in the morning.
Okay, yeah.
Because I'm up.
Yeah, you're up, you're ready.
Yeah.
Okay, good to go. Would you rather books or movies?
Again, growing up, it was books. I loved reading so much. But now I don't really watch. I don't really watch movies either that much, but I think I'd choose movies purely for like if I'm just doing other things. I like to multitask when I'm watching.
Yeah, when book requires a lot of concentration.
You can't multitask whilst reading.
Flex or grace?
Ooh, I think grace.
Yeah.
I think grace. I think growing up without flex has made me prioritize grace more, but I do think there is something amazing about watching someone that's truly graceful and hitting lines even if they can't hit an oversplit or anything.
Yeah.
I think grace.
Yeah. Beach or city?
City. I get sunburnt. I can't do it. I get sunburnt and then my eyes get sore going underwater.
Yeah.
My hair's, it's city for me.
Yep, city. Would you rather your hair up or down?
Oh, I think I'm going to say up. I tie it up constantly. As soon as I leave this place, my hair's being tied up.
I can so relate. Having my hair down, it's overstimulating
Yeah,
sometimes.
it's stressful.
Would you rather lift or be lifted?
Lift. I was a flyer or a lifty for many years. And then I think my first year of inters, I fell out of a partner lift, traumatized from there. And my coach was like, no, Millie, like you're still short enough to be lifted. I said, don't care. I'm going to be the best base you've ever seen if it means
Solid
I never
as a
have to be
rock.
lifted again.
Yep.
I have been lifted again since then for various reasons, like when I've randomly filled in for an inter or things like that at the concert, I have been lifted.
Wow.
Did not enjoy it.
Yep.
So to lift.
To lift, yeah.
Yes.
Would you rather Beyonce or Gaga?
Oh, gosh. To perform to Gaga, to listen to Beyonce.
That's a really good answer.
Yes.
Would you rather P side or OP side?
Oh, this is random.
I know.
I think P side, because if I'm thinking like solos wise, I would be left alone on OP.
Okay.
So Jeannie stands with Lucinda. Lucinda calls the lights, and then Jeannie stands with Lucinda to watch me on the monitor.
Yep.
And I started OP for my physio. And I remember being at Bunjil, Jeannie being like, are you going to be okay? And I was like, no
far
worries.
away.
I'm all good. So I think P side just that I'm with my coach.
Yeah, that's true. Would you rather comp day or concert day?
Concert day. I love concert day. I love getting to know the younger ones. I don't know the tots and tinies very well. My sister does, obviously. I love concert day. Very stressful. The concert runs so quickly. For us, there's no like announcing, there's no MC, nothing. The music just go.
Wow. Back to back.
And if you're not there, the music has started. It's too late.
Oh, wow.
But concert day is the most fun because there are adjudicators in the audience watching, but they're not judging. Yeah.
They just get to enjoy. And
yeah.
I feel like for some reason people perform better on concert day.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I think concert day, but I do love comp day.
Would you rather solos or teams?
Teams.
Yep.
100%. Can't do solos without being in a team.
Exactly. You heard it here. Would you rather TikTok or Instagram?
I think Instagram. I love TikTok. I love scrolling on TikTok all the time, but I think I like Instagram because more people have it. My family members have it. Yeah. I reach more people. I message more people on Instagram.
Would you rather spats or shoes?
Shoes. I've actually never worn spats.
Wow, really?
Nah. I don't think I've ever worn a spat in my life. So I think I'd say shoes just because they give a nice line.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Hide the toes.
Yeah, hide the toes.
Would you rather early bird or night owl?
I'm an early bird, definitely. But I can stay up late, but I am definitely better in the morning.
Okay. Would you rather hype or calm before stepping on stage?
I'm a calm person before I step on stage. Some of my teammates are hype people and I can get around it and I can be part of it, but that moment just before I step on stage has to be quite calm, deep breathing, assuring other teammates that everything's going to be okay, nice and calm.
You would hate being side stage with me. I'll be like waving across the other side like, let's go.
I'll wave back, just like
you'd be like
calmly. Yeah.
And would you rather podcasts or playlists?
Ooh, I do like a podcast. I've been listening to a lot of podcasts when I go on walks or when I'm just at home cleaning my room or stuff like that. I feel like you learn a lot from a podcast, but I enjoy a good playlist when I'm driving.
That was our quick fire questions. I think you did really well, and I definitely agreed with a lot of your answers. I feel like we're quite similar in our preferences.
Yeah.
I would love to hear a little bit more since our 2026 solo season is coming up. If you have anything, have you started training? Are you in the works? What's the plans for 2026? You don't have to share everything, but just...
Such a good question. In terms of me as a solo coach, I'm starting to teach them this week.
So exciting.
I've cut most of the music. I've sent it to my solo performers and they love it, which is great. And so I've started to plan the choreography before I teach it to them this week. In terms of my personal training, I kind of wait to hear from my coach. Obviously, I've got ACTC the first weekend of December, so that we won't learn it before then because all the time is going into the show. Sometimes I learn it before Christmas, sometimes I learn it after. Kind of depends on when the music is ready and the time is right. I think there's been times where I've requested certain music and we've gone with that. But if my coach doesn't think it's right for me, then we won't. But I will be doing, I'll do a Cali solo and a graceful again next year. And then I know that I'm doing a duo for Cali Unite.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm doing anything else.
So you get a say in your music?
Yes, in bits and pieces. So this year for Wicked, for example, I heard, I remember it was Cup Weekend last year. I heard a snippet of Cynthia Erivo singing The Wizard and I was like, I have to. It has to be it. And I messaged Lucinda and said, this is my thoughts. And she was like, yeah, love it. And then we got it past Jeannie. Obviously, Jeannie is my coach, but Lucinda helps a lot with the music and the choreo for my solos. And so we kind of got it past Jeannie and then we went and saw the actual movie came out. It still hadn't come out. I just heard 30 seconds of Cynthia singing it.
Ahead of the game.
Yeah, I know. I was like, I've got to get onto this. And I remember watching the movie and just crying, listening to The Wizard and I was like, this is it. It has to be. I'm going to cry otherwise. And so I think I learned it a couple of days before Christmas. And usually I let Jeannie choose my graceful music. I just think she's got such a wealth of knowledge, especially in the graceful world, being a graceful girl herself, being taught by some of the most amazing coaches. She's got so much knowledge there. And in the end, I think if she loves the music, then I'll love the music. And that's usually how that goes. But I had a different graceful before the graceful I ended up doing.
Okay, wow. So it seems like your solo is a bit of a whole team effort to come about.
Yes.
And I think that's definitely testament to how well you achieve in your solos.
Yeah.
I know you did really well in the 2025 season.
Yes.
Could you tell us a little bit about how that all went down and how it felt?
Yeah. I actually started, in terms of competing, I started a bit later because I'd been overseas all of January. So I felt stressed if I had to go on at Comp 1. So I was like, I'm not going on at Comp 1. No way.
Yep.
So I think I went on at Comp 4 for the first week that I did. And it's funny, my solos all year got the same place at every comp they did.
Oh, wow.
Goes to show that I really split my time well between graceful and fizzy because they got the exact same place at every comp. Yeah, and I just kept getting more and more confident in my performances. I thought my first performance was really, really great. And I did the original graceful that I was meant to be doing at the first 2 local comps that I did.
Okay, yeah.
I changed it for state titles.
Wow.
Yeah. So I learnt it.
Special.
Yeah, state title special. Sometimes that works really well because you're like, I'm just excited to do a new solo.
It's fresh and new.
Yeah. And so that's kind of how I went out doing that one. I think I felt super prepared for both of them. It had been school holidays, and because I work at a school, I obviously get school holidays off.
That's really
very
good.
handy.
Yeah.
So I'd been training a lot and I'd been working really, really hard on making my new graceful feel comfortable, but also continuing to keep my fitness up for my Cali solo because it was quite tiring.
Yep.
Then obviously I won both state titles, which was just the craziest thing ever. I was very happy with both my performances that weekend, so it's nice to have been rewarded with that sort of thing.
Exactly.
Obviously it's a panel of adjudicators, so to have 3 adjudicators on each night kind of think you're right up there, that's a huge compliment and a huge testament to my coach's work that they'd done for me, and obviously the work that I'd done in the lead up to feel as prepared as possible. And then obviously I took a break, auditioned for Ballarat, got through to that, and then kind of trained for Ballarat alongside team training, which was really hard.
Yep. Exhausting.
Because I think I was doing teamwork I think we had 2 to 3 classes per week.
Wow.
Yeah. Because all our comps were 2 weeks apart before the Palais. And so I found it really hard to find time to train my solo. And so sometimes I would go to the hall on my own, and as a warm-up, I'd practice all my teamwork. And then I'd be exhausted, and I'm trying to practice my solo, but I'm exhausted because I've just done all my teamwork.
Yeah.
And then Ballarat weekend came around. It was at Her Majesty's, amazing.
Beautiful.
And I was, again, very, very happy with both my performances. And to get 4th in that section is just insane.
Yeah,
so
it's outstanding.
incredibly grateful, but I'm going to miss both these solos so much.
Yeah, they were amazing, and also huge congratulations.
Thank you.
Such incredible performances. Looking at performances, we know you have another big one coming up that you've mentioned, ACTC. Could you tell us a little bit about that too?
Absolutely. So ACTC, ACTC has been one of the most amazing experiences ever. Very unique experience to be able to perform alongside South Australians, Western Australians, Queenslanders and fellow Victorians. It has been so amazing watching the show come together. Obviously before the July show, that was when all the choreography was taught. The patterns were done virtually because we kind of didn't see each other that much before the show. I play water, which is really cool. I love my role in the show. But in all the other acts, I'm just ensemble.
Yeah.
So it's amazing because I get to do rods, clubs. I get to be a bit more grungy and contemporary and earth sort of stuff. And then we go into the jazz of fire. And obviously all the performers are amazing. If you watch, whether you're watching the Queen or the ensemble member up the back corner, everyone is incredible and everyone is so committed to the show. So I can't wait for everyone to see it in less than a month now.
So exciting. Yeah, you have to be so committed and passionate to partake in big things like this.
Yeah.
So a lot of it was done virtually?
Yes. So we did a lot of videos sent back and forth to each other without music most of the time.
Goodness.
Purely because we didn't really want the music to be out there. We kind of want as much of the show to be a surprise as possible. And so we were being sent videos, we were sending videos, then we'd be sent, or Lucinda would be sent photos of the patterning, and we'd have to figure out, that's me, and I'm going to be standing behind so-and-so from WA, okay, and I'm standing next to so-and-so from SA, awesome. And then we had one weekend where all of us were together. There were times I flew to Adelaide at the start of the year to do some filming and promo stuff, but also to meet the South Australians, and I knew some of them already, obviously, from solos, and kind of start to put the show together. And then some people came to Melbourne, some people went back to Adelaide. It was all happening. But, shout out to the WA and the Queenslanders in particular. They did it all virtually.
Wow, legends.
They didn't have extra trips to Adelaide really at all. So they were learning it all via Zoom. They would log on to Zoom with the South Australians on a Saturday and try and focus. And I went to a few of the Zoom rehearsals on the Saturdays, and one of the WA girls had a hall where they were working. The Queensland girls were at home or were at a hall, because they live at separate ends of Queensland, those two girls. So it was just crazy, but to see the show come together very much so in that last week of rehearsals was incredible. So now I feel like we have a skeleton of a show, which is really great. Obviously we have the show that just needs a few little adjustments and changes and things. So hopefully this next month is a bit less stressful, a bit less daunting because we've already done it before.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I had no idea how you would practice for that. I feel like I would just stand in a room with my eyes closed and just have to pretend where everyone is and just try and get the performance to come across in my mind.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's going to be such an incredible thing to see, and I hope so many people have got tickets, and if you have special people coming to watch you, that would be awesome.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to miss it. If you don't have tickets, get on, buy the tickets. 5th of December at the Plenary. It's going to be the most insane venue to perform at. I've been there for dance comps and stuff, but I can't even begin to imagine they're building the stage, they're building the ramps, everything's being built when we get there.
Wow, it's awesome. And it's just so awesome to see calisthenics get out there a little bit more
Yeah.
and become something bigger and more of a spectacle, because this sport is amazing. Like
Yeah.
when people who don't know what it is come and watch a calisthenics routine or performance, they go, oh, whoa, I had no idea this is the amount of elaborate like technique or movements or patterns that you guys do.
Yeah, exactly.
I just feel like so many more people could get involved and be part of calisthenics.
Absolutely. And I think that's exactly what ACTC are trying to do, is they're trying to get calisthenics out on the big stage for so many people to see. And I think they've really succeeded at that. I think a lot of people are recognising calisthenics a little bit more,
Yeah.
which is good.
Where do you see calisthenics, say, in 5 to 10 years?
Oh, I think, interestingly, I think backwards 5 to 10 years, and calisthenics is so different to what it used to
so
be,
true.
but still has so much of its foundations there, which I really love. I love that clubs is still clubs and rods is still rods and march is still march for the most part. I'd love to see those foundations remain and that we don't get too far into the dance world sort of stuff in terms of the actual performances. But I do hope that, we have more widespread across Australia. Like obviously we already have an amazing number of clubs here in Victoria, but South Australia and Western Australia and Queensland, I'd love to see more growth there, and across the other states as well, across New Zealand. I know we do have a calisthenics club in New Zealand. I would love to see it grow and into something more, and for people to recognise calisthenics as something they can have part of a performance, whether that's part of, I don't know, like entertainment.
Yes.
In the entertainment world, you have singers come and perform at the AFL. Why can't you have a uniquely Australian sport supporting another uniquely Australian sport?
Period. I totally agree with you. Imagine in the AFL Grand Final, a calisthenics routine.
Why not?
A dance arrangement would stand up there with some of those performances I've seen.
Absolutely. Imagine people just twisting rods across the oval.
Oh,
amazing.
It would be so good. Even just march from that viewpoint would look insane. You could do a big mashup of all of calisthenics into one little performance.
Absolutely.
Let's make it happen.
Honestly. Come on. Who works at the AFL?
Come on, let's do it. In calisthenics in the future, what do you want people to look back on and think of Millie, and what would your legacy you want to leave behind?
That I always have fun on stage. I think that's something that my mum used to remind me of, especially when I was a bit younger. And, we all have moments where we get upset with results. And my mum used to turn to me and say, well, did you have fun? Because if you didn't have fun, then maybe you don't like calisthenics anymore and maybe you should stop. And that was tough love, but I loved it. And it has taught me, it's stayed with me for so long, that if you're not having fun, what are you doing? Exactly. You need to be enjoying what you're doing. And I say that through life. So my work, I love what I do, but also calisthenics has been a big part of my life for many, many years. And I want people to remember that I loved calisthenics and I loved stepping out on stage, having done all the hard work at class and just having the time of my life. Yeah.
Totally agree with that. As much as results and everything else is amazing, having a good time being with people you love and support you is the best part about this sport.
Absolutely.
As a final question, you're standing centre stage under the spotlight. Mm-hmm. What message would you share with the next generation of calisthenics performers?
I think I have to go back to similar to what I just said. Having fun is the number one priority. Spending time with your teammates is the best time of your life, and these teammates will be your friends for the rest of your life. So go and be grateful for them, and go and be grateful for the opportunity to be a part of the most incredible team that you can be, and just keep having fun, keep enjoying performing, and show off.
Exactly. You gotta add a little fun performance.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for coming on this podcast today and being on centre stage with us today. And I wish you all the best for the solo season coming up and teams next year. And you're an incredible performer, and we all appreciate and love hearing from you today.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks again to Shine Trimmings and Fabrics for sponsoring To Centre Stage, Australia's leading supplier of fabrics, trimmings, lace and crystals to the dance and fashion industry. Thanks for tuning in to Centre Stage. Make sure to like, follow and share this podcast to hear more.